Today we're going to be going over some plant-based burgers that not only look like meat, but we're going to flavor them so good they're going to bring you back to those picnics and cookouts that you remember. We're also going to be using our favorite dough to make the easiest and tastiest burger buns. Welcome and welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Andrew. I am one of the halves of the duo at makeitdairyfree.com. It is almost summertime, and I don't know about you, but every first few weeks of the summer, I get that one song stuck in my head. Plant-based burgers. So there's like a ton of them, right? But in my experience, I've encountered a few issues with a good amount of them. At times they can be too soft, or they break apart really easy, or you just can't cook them everywhere. Maybe you could bake them, maybe you could put them on the stove, who knows? But the burger we're gonna be making today solves all of that. Full disclaimer, your first bite, you're gonna put the burger down and go look at the ingredients. Not only are you not gonna believe that you made it, but you're probably not gonna believe it's vegan either. To add to that, we are going to make some of the juiciest buns out there. I mean, like warm buns that you can just squeeze and they bounce back. Listen, when you see my buns, you're gonna want buns that look just like mine. But no worries, because I'm gonna show you how to shape some really good buns. So that way, after you see my buns, maybe you can show me your buns. Alright guys, let's start with getting our hands on these buns. We're gonna be using our everything dough for this video, but I'm gonna be starting out after the first rise. If you're new to the channel, we have a bread dough that we call the everything dough that you can use for literally everything. We'll insert the video around here somewhere, but definitely in the description. From here, we're going to show the dough who's boss, then get it out on the counter to a floured surface. Now use a knife to separate the dough into 8 pieces. Cut it in half, and then cut that half in half. Cut those pieces in half, and you should have 8. Personally, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I usually weigh the dough on a scale. Then do the math to divide that by 8, and pinch off pieces of dough and weigh them to make sure they're the appropriate size. When ready, with each piece, you're going to pull the bottom of the dough to the top on each side. Then turn it over into your hand or on the counter. Push the dough against the surface and roll it in a circular motion to make the dough balls. So you do want to take the time to shape perfect balls so you can have perfect buns. All I gotta do now is take my shirt off, and suddenly this became an Old Spice commercial. Set them balls down on a baking sheet, giving them good space for an additional rise. After about an hour, they should be doubled in size. They will get larger in the oven, so add your butter on top, then take them to the oven to bake. When your buns are ready, walk them over to the counter, and don't forget to oil them while they're hot. Who doesn't like some oily buns? So to start the burger, we need to prep 2 of the ingredients separately. For the rice, the idea is that you're using leftover rice. If not, you could always prep the rice that moment and pretty much use it right away. I'm gonna show you how to make the perfect brown rice. We're gonna be using brown rice because the texture of it is perfect to resemble some of the chewiness that you would get from a traditional hamburger. Rice is one of those ingredients that sometimes some folks have a hard time making the first couple times around. I know I did, but once you nail it once, you know exactly what to do every time after. Basically, you're doubling the liquid in the same amount of cups that you use for the rice on a 1-to-2 ratio. While you can use water, we're gonna be using vegetable stock. We wanna sacrifice no opportunity to add flavor wherever we can. So your steps are easy. You're gonna let your vegetable stock come to a boil, add your rice, stir it to make sure that it's covered, then put a lid on. Now, turn down your heat and let it simmer. Give it a few minutes, and once all the liquid's soaked up, you might want to let it hang out in there for a few more minutes just to steam through, and then use a fork to break it all up. TVP, or textured vegetable protein. It's pretty simple to prep. Basically, this ingredient comes dry, and all you really want to do is hydrate it. Add boiling water or vegetable stock and stir it to make sure everything is incorporated and combined with the liquid. About 5 or 10 minutes later, this is ready to go. Now to create this epic burger. We really are just throwing everything into a food processor and then pulsing until it's ready. Some quick tips in using a food processor. You do want to put everything in a bit strategically. So don't just dump ingredients in one place. Spread your stuff out to make sure everything gets flavored evenly. The same applies for fresh ingredients. You can roughly chop your ingredients, but definitely don't put them in whole or chopped in half. Food processors are not built like a blender. A lot of the ingredients that you put in it will just sit on top of each other, and every once in a while we'll get in the path of the blade, and other times you're gonna have to put in a little work. Use a spoon or a spatula to turn the ingredients over to make sure everything gets touched. If you have a food processor that's too small to fit everything in, simply just add half of the ingredients in, pulse that together, then add the other half in and do the same thing. Once everything's incorporated perfectly, dump it all into a bowl and just use your hands to make sure everything is combined to your liking. Now it's time to shape them. You can use a little oil or possibly some gloves, and you're just pinching pieces off and making them into patty shapes. First make a ball, then squash it. After that, you guys officially made it. You can choose to cook these in a skillet, as you see here, or in an oven, an air fryer, or the way I like them best is on the grill. These things are easy, juicy, they pack a lot of flavor, and will easily become a family favorite this summer. Take a crack at it. I know you got this. Send us your pics and tag us so we can see those epic chef skills. You guys make us so happy whenever we're able to see you guys make our recipes. Not only that, we'll definitely feature you on Instagram. We've been seeing a lot of love from you guys lately. I want to say thank you. It's been super encouraging. It has really helped us keep going. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to share, like, and follow us. See you guys on the next one. Believe in good. Peace.